Every year we do an annual overview book, and we highlight trends that we see in sustainable business. And I guess we're pretty good in terms of like figuring out what we think is going to happen, and pretty good in terms of that actually happening. Not perfect, but pretty good. And last year, for example, we thought one of the number one trend that we had was that this would be the year that global warming and climate change reaches critical mass and interest in business. And I think that has largely happened. And so just to watch that happen is great. In fact, in the 4 years that we've been doing the magazine, to watch all the things that have happened has been very exciting, because in the beginning, the things that we were writing about they were not near mainstream, and now they are. So this year we did, just in January actually, our annual Trend Watch section. And we've done like 5 for 2005, 6 for 2006, and we did 7 trends for 2007. And I'll just touch briefly on a few for 2007 that I think are the most interesting. And if you have any questions at all, please interrupt me. But solar energy is one area that I think is very, very exciting for 2007. I mean, all renewable energy to some extent is, but things that are happening in the solar industry are very exciting right now. And those things include a lot of consolidation. So a lot of small players that didn't in the past have the resources to do major installations and that sort of thing are finally at the point where they can. And there's great incentives, as you all know, in California. I'm kind of new here. I've been down here for about 6 months, but there's great solar incentives in the state, and those are being copied throughout the country now. And you're starting to see major solar developments happening in the Mojave Desert. And really exciting development is solar development on brownfields, which is taking old industrial land and putting it to use by putting solar panels down on land that would otherwise sit there contaminated. And the technology, the development of technology in solar is really exciting. I mean, within a couple of years, the idea of these big panels on top of roofs won't exist anymore. Really, I think it's just to the point now that thin film solar technology is getting to the point where it's going to be very price competitive. I think you'll hear a lot about it in the year ahead. You'll start to see these really, really interesting applications on all sorts. I mean, where solar power is integrated into your roof panels or in windows of skyscrapers, along with shading at different times of the day. So the applications are going to get more exciting. There's been an interesting dynamic in the industry with the shortage of silicon in the last few years that has really sort of affected silicon-based solar production, but that is expected to end by the end of this year as well. So silicon will be coming back, but it's almost a moot point because a lot of the new interesting applications for solar don't even need silicon. So that's one area where we think is going to have a lot of exciting stuff that's going to be happening in the year ahead.